Welcome back, everybody. I'm Latimer. So in this weekly news cap, we've got some information on some hotfixes that came out for you guys, as well as raid information for both retail and for Pandaria Classic. And then we got some information about the Eastern Kingdoms Cup that's coming out. On top of that, we're also going to branch off a little bit this week, and we're going to talk about some Diablo as well as some Path of Exile. Before we get into all that, though, do me a favor, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and hit that notification button. That way you never miss a video when I drop one. All right, let's go see what's going on. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about today, like I said, was some hotfixes that came out today. One of them is a great quality of life change for those of you who might like to boost a character. When you boosted a character before, you would have to log back out and be able to come back in and play it. Now, if you boost that character, you will no longer have to log out before you can start questing. You can go ahead and play it. And then next, were a couple of class fixes. As usual, I will leave the link down below so you can check this out for yourself. The classes are going to be for your hunter, mage, paladin, priest. So there's a couple of minor fixes in there for you guys as well. For delves, they fixed an issue with the Sands of Koresh Curio. Sand devils would not pull enemies in. The spiral weave, web bombs should now properly drop to the ground when you enter combat. If you enter combat, sorry. Dungeons and raids, Echo Dome Aldani addressed an issue causing Zalatas Bargain Ascendant orbs to be affected by Devour. Halls of Atonement addressed an issue where players were prevented from earning Keystone Hero achievement for the dungeon. Mana Forge Omega, Soul Hunters fixed a bug that could sometimes cause Adaris to fail to fall to the ground upon death, preventing the group from looting the corpse. Big pain in the ass. So there's some item fixes, a couple of fixes at Koresh, one fix at Koresh as well. Ethereal Strand should now drop after any character in the account has completed the Tabaka. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. My apologies. Some PvP fixes here. We got resolved an issue with the Severed Threads combination from PvP Weekly Quest to not give the reputation with the selected faction. Monk resolved an issue that could cause Song of the Cheese effect to be incorrectly removed by the friendly's crowd control effect, such as Cheap Shot. So we got a couple of quest fixes here, and then we got some fixes in Mr. Pandaria Classic as well. Group Finder PvP listings now permit cross-round matches, which is something that was necessary. When exiting an arena, players' mana is no longer set to 0. Heart of Fear fixed an issue that caused Blade Lord Tayak's wind step ability to fail to apply the debuff. Fixed a bug causing Holy Paladins to fail to be treated as melee by some abilities after using Crusader Strike. Arms Warrior. Sweeping strikes no longer deal 100% increased damage to Garalan's body when striking a leg. There's a little note here from the developers. In original Mission Pandaria, during the first week of Heart of Fury Heroic difficulty, a Galaran hotfix addressed Sweeping Strikes, Blade Fury, and similar effects. This was later superseded by changes made to Sweeping Strikes in patch 5.4, when Galaran was no longer the most relevant content. This fix returns Sweeping Strikes to its original behavior for Galaran's body. And for the Rogue, Subtlety got a fix, and that was Sanguinary Veins. Bonus damage reduced to 40% was 50%. There was too much damage coming out of that. Simple as that. So that is the fixes for today for the August 26th. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about raiding. And so LFR has released the Wing 3 now, so all the bosses are available to fight. So you got week 1 was bosses 1 through 3, week 2 was bosses 4 to 6, and then now we got bosses 7 and 8. Wildhead has a beautiful little chart that's going to tell you the item levels from each level of boss that you can get, and which bosses you can get, which crests you can get. So again, another link I'm going to leave down below for you guys to check out. It's also going to let you guys know where you can spend your Hungry and Void Curios. As always, from the last boss, there's a curio that you can get so that you can trade that in for some gear. Just to give you a quick look at and show you where it is. There we go. It's right here at Shadow Point, just beyond Shadow Point, right here, right by the raid entrance, and that is where you're going to be able to spend it. Moving on to Mr. Pandaria Classic, we're going to talk about the Heart of Fear. The raid has now actually gone live. So the release schedule, as before, was August 26th. Shaw of Anger drops tier 14 gear now as well. Keep that in mind. So now you can farm Shaw of Anger for tier 14 gear, which is some of the best gear in the game. Celestial Dungeons for Heart of Fear Celestial Awards will be available as of September 2nd. Now, the Heart of Fear raid is in the Western Dread wastes. My apologies. Trying to say this quickly for you. Minimum eye level is going to be 470. Difficulties are going to be 10 player normal and heroic, and 25 player normal and heroic. There's going to be 6 bosses. And again, another link I would leave down below for you guys to check it out. And there's quite a bit of information there for you, as well as some information coming up for you with the other raid coming out called Terrace of the Endless Spring. And that's coming out September 4th. All right, so for all you fans of flying, the Eastern Kingdoms Cup has launched today, and that is going to run all the way to September 9th. There's quite a bit of stuff going on with that. If you've participated in one before, if you haven't, what it is basically it's a series of events where you can race while flying using dragon flying, and you can earn rewards. So we got some new rewards. We got Sky Masters Silver and Sapphire Transmog pieces. We got returning rewards, the Drake Racers Transmog set. We got Dragon Mount customizations as well. There's a whole list here. I'm not going to read off all of them because that's just tedious and takes too much time. There's some achievements, and we got a little bit of a kind of a play on words here from Dodgeball. Dash, dart, dip, and dive through the skies. So these are a bunch of achievements that you can get while doing dragon riding through this event as well. So make sure you participate in that if you like it, and there's some cool transmogs you can get your hands on. All right, so next up on the agenda is we're going to talk a bit about Diablo 4. So Diablo 4 right now is in its current season 9, and they just had the public test round for 2.40, which was available from August 19th to the 26th, and this is for the next season, for season 10. Just wanted to talk about a couple of things about season 10, what they're planning on coming out with. So one of the biggest things is their season theme, and I'm actually kind of really bothered by it, is Infernal Hordes Reborn. So for those of you that don't know or haven't been playing, we're seeing a lot of Reborn. We got Loot Reborn. We've got Nightmare Dungeons Reborn. We've got just constant fix it, Pit Reborn. We're just regurgitating content at this point. I mean, we're just constantly doing the same content over and over and over again with a new spell or something like that involved, or some new monsters involved or something. It's not new content, and to be honest, it's not very satisfying. I did play season 9, even though I said I wasn't going to. I tried to avoid it, but unfortunately, I'm addicted to social aspects of it, where I have friends that play it, and yeah, flat out, I am an addict when it comes to video games. But so another couple of things that are coming with season 10. So I'm not happy about the season theme, but it is what it is. So then we got Chaos Armor. This is actually something kind of cool that is going to be coming into the game. So it's going to be basically uniques that are going to be upgraded. There is a very specific aspect about this that I really thoroughly like, and that is the fact that these uniques are going to be bind on account. That means they cannot be sold, which means that gold buyers and gold sellers, right there. Sorry. I have kind of a little bit of hate on for you guys. I don't really care for you guys. You ruined the game, and that's my opinion. But anyhow, so the new Chaos Armor is going to be upgrades to the current uniques and make them even stronger, which is actually kind of a cool aspect of the game. I'm not going to lie. That looks possibly interesting. Would be nice to see some new aspects in the game, though. I'm going to leave this link down below, so for anybody that might have missed the PTR, can read over it and see what's kind of coming for us. There's a whole bunch of things going on in there. I just kind of wanted to give my opinion on what I felt about season 10 and what's actually going to be coming out in the Chaos Armor. The Chaos Armor, cool idea. The season theme, not so much. All right, moving on. So since we were talking about Diablo, I figured we'd bring in another ARGP that I like to play, and that is Path of Exile, Path of Exile 2, in fact. And Path of Exile 2 is coming on August 29th. We got 2 days, 16 hours, 56 minutes, 11 seconds, 10 seconds. Anyhow, you know what I'm saying. This is coming out in a couple days, and this patch and update is massive, huge, and a big win in a massive way. I can't even begin to explain how big it is for them. So we're gonna go over a couple of things on this because I absolutely love what these guys are doing right now. So I will definitely be playing this. I hope you guys are gonna be playing with me. Anyhow, so the story's gonna be continuing with Act 4, so they're adding the Act 4 in there. They're also going to be adding some new bosses, a whole bunch of new bosses and stuff like that. There's going to be 3 new mini acts now. So they're going to remove the need to actually run through Cruel over again and run through the same stuff. So there's actually be 3 new mini acts in between Act 3 and 4 that you can do. And it's going to have a ton of content in that as well. We'll cover a little bit more about that though in a minute. Then we got the Rise of the Abyssal League, which is going to be created by Forbidden Necromantic. Excuse me. Created by Forbidden Necromantic Magic during the Age of Precursors, the Abyssal have been biding their time underground, now obeying the will of their general. They are emerging from the depths through fissures and spreading all across the raid class. Fight this ancient evil, seal the fissures, and resist the rise of the Abyssals in Path of Exile's 2's first full league. So this is the full league, and this is the season theme. So Diablo, take notes. This is what you do for a theme. Okay. So first off, you got a whole theme, something new, fantastic. Seal the abyss. So there's going to be these abysses that are going to pop up. You got to seal them, and then you go and fight more stuff. There's going to be the Well of Souls, where you can get more powerful items. There's going to be a ton of new bosses, new pinnable stuff. They're adding a new feature called Sprint, which is fantastic. You can now actually sprint in the game. So for example, if you died somewhere and you got to run back to your area that you're fighting in, you can now sprint. Keep in mind, when you get hit, you're gonna get knocked down. All right, so just keep that up. There's gonna be a new support gem system. Support gems have been completely reworked. You can now use many of the copies of the same gem, the same support gem in different spells. So you can actually change spells now, guys. You can actually use the same strong spells that make the spells just as strong as the other ones that you wanted to use before as well, without just having to use just one and being limited just to one type of one support gem to that one spell, which is fantastic because there's some great gems out there, but we couldn't use them in multiple spells. Tons of new balance changes and skill changes, crafting updates, new items, new endgame maps, new endgame encounters, new reward, the lineage support gems. So they have been upgraded as well in a way. During your endgame, you will find new and special type of extremely powerful support gem, the lineage support. Think of the gem like a unique items, but for supports. All right, so I'm not going to go into detail on that because there's quite a bit here. And now the big win, the massive win out of all of this right here is they are now introducing asynchronous trade. What this means, guys, is that there is no longer having to wait for somebody to reply to you, meet up, do the trade. Now you go find the item that you want on the website, go to the person's hideout, boom, buy it right out of their inventory, whether they're online or not, and move along and get on to playing your game. This is such a big win for them. It's not even funny in many different ways. First off, Diablo, what the hell are you guys doing? We don't even have a dedicated trade where they can read our stuff at the inventory, nothing. We're going through miscellaneous trade sites. It's all shady. Everything's a mess. But now we got this, which is this is a godsend. They basically just gave us an auction house that we can just go buy anything we want, which is fantastic. So we're gonna don't be surprised to be running into people in other people's hideouts racing to get that item that you're after, which is kind of fun actually. So yeah, absolutely looking forward to this. This is, in my idea, probably one of the best quality of lives that you could possibly think of. And the Third Edict is the name of this season that's coming out, and it's coming out August 29th. Now, just to give you an idea of how big this patch is, okay, this is the patch notes. I will leave this link down below as well as the main link for you, so you guys can check this out. Just gonna give you an idea of how big this patch is and how much content is actually in it. Well, we're halfway. Nope, not half. Almost halfway. So, as you can see, that is a massive patch. Okay, so it's huge. These guys are listening, they're working hard, and they're fixing bugs left, right, and center. They are doing the job that we need done in order to get the game great and played. On top of that, there's a sweet little bonus. from August 29th to September 1st. The game is free to play. So right now, the game will be free to play when it's fully released. Right now, it is in early access. It's in testing phase. So it will be free to play from the 29th to the 1st, which is fantastic. So if you are interested in checking it out and just want to kind of like step away from Diablo and see what's going on, this is a chance to actually explore the world of Path of Exile 2. So just to give you a quick recap of what's coming in and kind of explain a little bit more. So you got Act 4, which is 16 new areas, 12 new bosses, 3 new interlude acts, which is cruel difficulty is removed. Okay, so you got 19 new areas and 12 new bosses there. The new league, which comes with a new crafting system, is 4, as well as 4 new pinnacle bosses, I believe. Major rebalances. All classes have been buffed. 150 new notables, 12 new skill gems. We got a new support gem with multiple levels, multiple copies of the same support gem can be used, 40 lineage support gems. Those are those like unique gems. Asynchronous trade. Again, I cannot get over how much I'm loving this change right here. Sprinting, 25 new endgame maps, new endgame encounters, crafting changes, high tier currency items, essence changes, and new omens. So there's a ton of new stuff in Path of Exile 2. It's worth checking out if you're interested in the ARPG genre. So that today, guys, concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end, fantastic. Please give it a like, give it a subscribe if you liked it. And until next time, guys, keep gaming. Thanks for watching.